Every time I speak, I want the truth to come out. You know what I'm saying? Every time I speak, I want to shiver. You know, I don't want them to be like, they know what I'm going to say because it's polite. They know what I'm going to say. And even if I get in trouble, you know what I'm saying? Ain't that what we're supposed to do? I'm not saying I'm going to rule the world or I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world. And that's our job, is to spark somebody else watching us. We might not be the ones, but let's not be selfish. And because we're not going to change the world, let's not talk about how we should change it. I don't know how to change it, but I know if I keep talking about how dirty it is out here, somebody can clean it up.
Keep it 1,000 while they sell dreams. West side of Illadale thing. Advisory to the final bell ring. School them start to the finish. Bring your composition and take notes on how to demolish the competition. Forever a trooper, killing booths was never a rumor. Just be truthful, me to you was like Giuseppe the Puma. Sucker Frito the evils and try their best to seduce you. End up in a medic van or a cruiser, dead or in jail. Bumping OB for CL, heaven to hell. Which one do you believe in? The ones you least suspect do the scheming, snooze not even. Staying alert since a youth playing Nerf. Class on my own when I lay a verse. This ain't rehearsed, this is second nature, never been a hesitator. Doing that while wait a second later, destined for success. I'm being me and not them, legend on the MIC. I've been the fiend since Rakim. Wordsmith. Wordsmith. It's a gift. Wordsmith. 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 Few happy endings where we living, but it's lots of sorrow. Use it wisely, our time is borrowed. Rather than Mike, they wanna be like Marlo. Don't let that door deceive you. Blinded by the flashy lights, not knowing where it leads to. If your vision's impaired, well, I'm here to lead you. Check the history, we're clearly regal. Black is power, please remember this. Hard times, how we contend with this. It's time for our people to reap the benefits. The winners list, I'm something special, not the ordinary. Just trying to keep the youngins out the mortuary. I wanna see them rise, have a family. So if you tryna block my shine, that's insanity. I'm just saying, what would make you front on me? I leave it all on stage so they pay to come and see. I drop gems for days, you can take this one for free, fam. Stay in your lane and be the change you wanna see. Wordsmith. Wordsmith. It's a gift. Wordsmith. 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 Blow butter, construction timid. No other, they love my penmanship. Young and I'm sick with it. Why try resisting it? Clearly I'm rising. Ballin' hard, I need that Larry O'Brien. I vow to get the chip. No star team, it's all me, homie, get the drift. I'm getting better every year, homie, it's a gift. Dropping album after album, homie, this the 5th. W-O-R-D, and don't forget the Smith. Yeah. Mad squabbles, he on my type of time. St. Basil, he on my type of time. Telling me, he on my type of time. Yeah, the works, they on my type of time. Trash man, he on my type of time. Eli and MC Knowledge on my type of time. Lyrics still matter, that's the bottom line. Wordsmith. Wordsmith. It's a gift. Wordsmith. Wordsmith. Wordsmith.
Peace and infinite blessings.
Peace.
Peace and infinite blessings, family. I am Farugh. Welcome to BMa'at Inc. The show is brought to you by the Urban Shaman Productions, by African Independence Day Organizing Committee, and of course, BMa'at, a platform that was created to create an opportunity to connect you to the experts, legends, to share strategies and life lessons to empower, strengthen, and maintain the African family nucleus and perspective. Today's date is July 25th, 2022. We always start this show with verbal libations for the hundreds of millions unknown, for those who struggle, sacrifice, and work on our benefit. For our benefit, we are the sum of your love and your effort and your support. Sometimes we choose like a few who assist us on this journey. And I really, would you like to dedicate this show to a specific spirit in general?
How about a particular virtue?
Okay.
Okay. And so I'll call forward the virtue of honor. Okay.
I like that. I like that. And for me, when you say virtue of honor, no one exemplifies that more than also a Sabri. You know what I'm saying? It was just like when you say that, that's the first thing that popped in my head. So the show is dedicated to the virtue of honor and Mama Kosa Sabri.
Yes, absolutely.
And we would not be doing African Independence Day and that we're doing it if it wasn't from the likes of Mama Kosa and her support, her love.
Absolutely.
And so, great way to pull that out, brother. Way to pull.
Yeah. And it's when I think about that, I think about all of those, elders living and those who may transition, who have demonstrated what it is to be honorable to our people, honorable to our community, honorable to our culture. So, yeah, absolutely.
I had to go through the throwback, you know what I mean? I had to go back to
I was like,
yeah, I mean, had to go through.
You always represent, man.
To go to the first show, I was like, damn, this reminds me when we first started doing shows on Do the Knowledge Radio. You know what I
mean? That's true, yo. That's right and exact, yo.
And that's exactly what I rocked when we went down to that office. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's right.
Politicians,
man. And that was quite a demonstration right there.
Yeah.
And I love how we all played the plays, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's always with strategy, how we have to move, we got to move strategically, and we all got to play our roles, in this movement, in this fight, in this progression, you know what I'm saying, where we are, you know what I'm saying? When you're working with a collective of people, and I like, the interview that we had with Omawali, last year. We talked about, a lot of sometimes the, thought leaders get a lot of the attention, but it's not a lot of attention. And, people don't make attention of the people who are working behind the scenes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like a Sabor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like a Sister Sunshine. Like, Sister Moore. And, all of these people who strategically work and, in concert with us.
Yeah.
And, to make certain key things happen, we're just, what I'm saying, sometimes we know that marketing and promotion is a part of this engine. And so we're like, okay, we need to cover that. So if we got to be, we've become spokespeople for for the work that we've been doing. I mean, not necessarily, my cup of tea, but you got to rise to the occasion. It's like that shoe needs to be filled.
Yeah. I
might not be the best person, but I'm the person to get it done.
Right.
And so, like I said, just being strategic, I went down there one day, over followed up with the men, got it done. And they, they seem like, wow, okay, these people are organized. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we're organized. You know what I'm saying? We work strategically. We work in concert. And, you know, you don't know what's mine. You might be getting an email next. You know what I'm saying? We might be sending, you know, CCing an email connected to, you know, various different people who you don't know who we know. You know, so, and, you know, we could play that role too. You know, we could use the talk of it. We could do on an administrative level, you know. And so that's how we do what we do. And so we will continue to sharpen ourselves. We continue to, you know, become better at these things that, you know, that's necessary. You know, had a great conversation this weekend, me, the Oba Sabor. In the conversation, it was interesting. Talking, you know, the conversation we had, we were talking about politics, you know, and, you know, the role that politics play. You know, sometimes we, you know, we look at ourselves as, you know, as individuals, and we don't look at ourselves as, you know, arms in this web that, you know what I'm saying, feeds into the system. So, you know, we don't think that, you know, the role that we're playing is political, you know, and yet it is, you know what I'm saying? And yet it is, you know, we are affecting change. We are affecting movements. I don't care how minute they may be. When you encounter someone and just with your accumulated knowledge and experiences, you say, listen, you know, did you know that you can make this happening? You can make this happen by doing X, Y, and Z. You know, you're passing on information. That is a part of the mechanism and making things happen. And so, you know, when you go down to City Hall, you got a bunch of nobodies. You know what I'm saying? But all those nobodies are making things move. You know what I'm saying? And so we got to look at each other as, you know, really being integral and really being important. Your role is important. You play into the greater politics of the scheme. So, you know, just know your position, play it well, and be clear about the overall picture that, you know what I'm saying, that you're working in concert with the other individuals. So, yeah.
Yeah, and that's a great point, because, like, I forget who I was talking to. Oh, man, I think Andre Batts, when we had the show about superheroes, and he was saying that he was like, I said, would you think what you were doing, like making a political to like your art and stuff like that? And he was like, no, not really. He's doing revolution. And I was like, you might not look at it as a political statement. I said, but it is a political statement. Yeah, I mean, and I didn't think about it that way myself until a couple of years ago. When I grabbed the mic, I'm obligated to make a political statement. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and even though it might not be political, I mean, but it is political. Everything we do is political.
Everything we do.
Everything we do is political. And so
you better believe it.
And so we have to have to play the game, because we're playing the game.
We in it. You better believe it.
And so when we pay our taxes, when we buy stuff, any form of life activity, we're making a political statement. You know what I'm saying? Anything we politics.
That's right.
We involved with politics. So it's like, why not benefit from the game?
Yes. I mean, and that, I'm telling you, if anything that I have gained with organizing African independence within the last 7 years, our role has been, my role prior in 2004 has been artists. You know, we've been artists. Prior to that, you know, I sat at the table at the initial African People Unity organization and was willing to do whatever I needed to do. That's just my nature, you know. And it, you know, the organization, you know, culminated into the event African Independence Day, and I played my part. You know what I'm saying? Played my part year after year after year after year. And you know, like you just said, you know what I'm saying? Mama Kosawa, you know, really illuminated and also, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, illuminated the foundation of what the African urban shamans is. That listen, to have an all-black band, you know what I'm saying, and maintain that for 18 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 18 years. She said, you don't know what you're doing. Well, she didn't say. She said, but you understand what you are doing to young, inspiring artists. They're getting to see artists perform who look like you, who lives in a neighborhood like you. We're doing alternative music. We cover the gamut from rock to blues to reggae to soul, all of it. We have performed all of it. You know what I'm saying? You know, definitely, like, you know, Afropunk have become a very popular event, and, you know, celebrating the Afro fusion and alternative sound. But we were, you know, we were a part of that movement, you know what I'm saying, in the early 90s, in the early 2000s. We, you know, we were definitely a part of that, you know, doing something that was unique. But the uniqueness about what we're doing was our message and how we represented ourselves. We represented ourselves as in culture. We represented ourselves in, you know what I'm saying, conscious content. And we represented ourselves by maintaining the integrity and the continuity of from who we represent. You know what I'm saying? Who we are. You know, and so that is a political statement. You know what I'm saying? When you think about the music industry, and you think about the artists, and you look, yo, it's really a challenge to maintain, you know, the continuity of all black band.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And to do that, you know, you're literally telling people we appreciate the interest, but, you know, we good right here.
Right.
And it's important. It's important to have an all black band. You know what I'm saying? And so, and hearing us doing the variety of genres. So we're making a statement, you know, when we show up, you know. No, we're not just a reggae band. We are alternative. We are a fusion band.
Right.
You know, that's what we do.
Yeah, we are a movement. Yeah, definitely a movement. And I like that point that you brought up too, because it's not artists that they see, but it's artists that they can engage. It's artists that they can actually touch and have a conversation with. Yeah, I mean, it makes a difference, because you see them on stage, TV and things like that. You don't know who they really are. You can't have a conversation. You can't get some kind of words of wisdom from them. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're paying like $100 to go see them behind stage or whatever, or something like that. Or if they choose to do a charity event like that. But as soon as we go right out there and we engaging. Even while doing performance, we engage. You know what I'm saying? Like, engaging with whomever who wants to be engaged. And so I think that's a really important piece there. That's a really important part that they can touch and feel and experience, engage with what they just experience, which makes it even more real, makes it more of an experience.
Right.
And then we do our message. Yeah, I mean, like, we're not just spitting some stuff and like, oh wow, you see this, you follow. Oh damn, these dudes dead. All right, African Independence Day, Drum Celebration. Okay, Jump the New. Dang, these dudes just like all the way across the board. Black Day. Yeah, they like across the board. Every month, I think almost every month of the year, we're doing something, or we're involved in something that's and making our, empowering our people.
Yes. Empowering, inspiring, motivating, and so that's what we do. That's what we do, and that's what we've been doing. And it's important. It's important at just at this level. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't be the thought leader. Everybody can't be, the orator. Everybody can't be the psychiatrist. Everybody can't be the historian. Play your role, you know what I'm saying? And play it well. Know what you're contributing to. You know what I'm saying? There is a larger movement. The role that you play is important. And don't let nobody, think that what you're doing is insignificant. Stay true to what it is that you're doing. Understand why you're doing it, and maintain the authenticity of doing what you're doing. So
Yeah, I mean, because when they win the title, everybody get a ring. Bench players get the ring, assistant coach, the
Right.
trainers, everybody gets a ring. So, play your part. Yeah, I
That's
mean,
right. That's right.
just play your part.
Play your part. You know what I'm saying? And and I love it. You know what I'm saying? Because over the years, I really realized how important the role that I play.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, brother Khamou, we have a demonstration. We need you to bring those drums.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the power, I know the power of the drum, and I know what it represents, and I know how to use it. You know what I'm saying? Intentionally, not just out there just nah, you gonna feel this, you gonna feel these rhythms.
Yeah.
You gonna feel it.
Yeah.
It's like when we was out on 4th Street, I said, oh no, this is a little bit celebratory,
Mm-hmm.
Let's give them something that like is really making a statement.
Yeah.
And they like, ooh. I remember
I didn't expect that. Damn. All right. So what did y'all because I had a kind of unexpected situation last week. So what did y'all discuss last week? If you don't
let's listen. We went into after Independence Day, but like let's just do that. This is what we had. We had home stretch.
Right.
African Independence Day, 18th annual, August 6, 2022. It is coming back. We are coming back. Like the pandemic, we did not, what I'm saying, diminish our flame. We are bringing that culture. This is the last hoorah for the summer to get that, to come out, to interact with your people, to get, what I'm saying, to buy those cultural items, to connect with the drum circles and the dancers, and to connect with brothers and sisters from your community that charge you for the fall that'll be following, the winter that'll be following. Of course, we won't be far gone. We will be bringing the Kwanzaa event and Black Love. We'll keep on bringing it. We're going to keep on bringing it. As long as we are here, you can count on us bringing you that culture. And, along with that, bringing the platform for business, bringing the platform for organizations to come and exchange and bring messages, bringing the platform for families to come and participate, to have something that is good for the mind, good for the body, and good for the spirit. So that's what we're pushing. African Independence Day, August 6th, 18th annual, and so we are working hard. Me, Brother Oba, Brother Farugh, and there's a whole lot of other people who've been supporting us. A lot of people don't know, what I'm saying? So we're putting this message out, like come out August 6th. Bring the family, bring the children. We're bringing it. We have been working tirelessly to bring this event and how we have been doing it in the previous years. So, but this can't happen without the support of our community.
Facts. All right, so I wanted to have fun with this, put the message out, but also talk about, what's some of the highlights. What are some of the things that people are going to be experiencing when they actually come to the event on August 6th?
Absolutely. I mean, like you're gonna experience the village, as it is supposed to be. I'm just going to tell you with some of the vendors and some of the people who have experienced our event, they have said that it is absolutely beautiful, how we transform Malcolm X Park. If anybody have been up to Malcolm X Park, we literally transform the space with the energy, dedication of, the brothers that you see who have been, really working hard to organize this event. Everything is in place. So some of the things that you're going to experience, for one, wellness and health pavilion. Okay. We've made a point. This has been in a tradition since the beginning, to bring individuals who work in that particular field of expertise. And so we're going to have Reiki practitioners. We're going to have massage therapists. We're going to have yoga experts. We always open every event with a yoga exercise. So we want to bring in our event with the right energy, an opportunity for people to center and ground themselves and realize, to really tap in, because this is propelled by ancestral energy. There's a lot of people who are behind us who are, standing on our shoulders to helping push, what we're doing forward. So, we open up with that energy. The Wellness Pavilion is a very important component. We make sure that is there. People such as the likes of Ross Ben in the past years has been a part of that component. People like Afrakan, Dr. Sunshine Little,
Yes.
Sunlight Little has been integral in that. And these are the people I'm just like thinking about who was really key in the last 7 years, who have been participating in the African Independence Day, bringing those elements to the forefront. So you have the Wellness Pavilion. Another component was really important that we worked, hard to maintain is the Children's Pavilion. Oftentimes we have a lot of events and a lot of emphasis is put on, the main stage. Emphasis is put on, conversation or, politicized statements. Not that it's not important. It's important to bring forward those statements. And so we work hard to bringing a variety of, African people from various different sectors of our community to bring forward their message. But the Children's Pavilion has been really, really dynamic. Sister Sunshine has been leading that compartment. And so from, very unique face painting, games and activities. This sister really brings, she, she really, really dig deep to bring out that. I've been working with Sunshine, I've been building with some of the things. She's going to be doing things a little bit different this year. We talked about work. She's, believe it or not, all of these components, wellness, education, they all come, they're all intertwined. And so although your children are, participating in activities, but we're, Sunshine has catered the activities to drive home the message, the overall message of African Independence Day. All right, remembering your culture, remembering your identity. Identity is extremely important. And so they're going to be doing a presentation at some point during African Independence Day this year. And so, you'll get to see the children. And you might, they just over there playing hula hoops. No, they're, and that's the thing. Like, people don't really know the kind of work and intention that is put into organizing this. It's like, a lot of, we care about what we do, and so hours in conversation, hours in, strategically, discussing and work, like really pulling those elements, like how many chairs you need. We'd be driving around for hours. We're going to pick up tables here, pick up chairs there. And this, it's a work of love, is a work of love. And so that component has been always intricate. Educational pavilion. Okay. That's another component. The last African Independence Day, we had an author. This woman was literally giving out books. She was an author, and I made it a point to bring her to the microphone. Like, you really need to speak about, because a lot of times people are very humble. People are humble, and they do what we say that they do. People work in their particular interest field, and they're really good at it. But sometimes people aren't, the spokesperson. They're like, listen, I'm an educator. This is what I do. I know I engage a group of people who come here, for a particular purpose. But, we brought her forth, and I was really blown away about, the work that she did. She published several educational books, and, and someone who worked in the educational field wrote these books. And the gist of her work was education starts at the home, giving parents, guidance and ideas of how you can begin to start, taking control over the education of your child at home. And so that's really powerful, and so those three elements are really components, you know, that we got to get better at talking about, because, you know, when we talk about African independence, it's a very dynamic event. You know, sometimes people come for the entertainment, and we work hard to bring good entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
We work hard at that, and our artists, you know, and I gotta give it up. So most of the artists who come through, they come through in a love. You know, African Independence Day is truly a grassroots organization. It is by the people for the people. You know, there is no big dollars behind, no big corporate dollars behind what we're doing, but we definitely are giving you quality presentations. So you give me some feedback, dude. I posed the same question to you, Farugh.
That was a great presentation. How can you follow that up? So yeah, I just want to highlight, talk about some of the performances, some of the performers that was in there. You had Oshun there, we had United Front there, we had Reese there, we had Brass.
Del P. Del, you see that brother who opened up the show?
Yeah, Del P there.
Philly finest. Philly finest.
Wordsmith, I might add.
Yeah.
We had Mark Lamont Hill there. We had Sarak there. So, you know, it's intentional, and it's very intentional. So, you know, yeah, everything that the brother said, I echo. But I do want to bring up another component, and which is the Junkanoo, right? And we're very intentional with the Junkanoo as well. And the theme this year is the gun violence. We're gonna speak on the gun. We're gonna march for legislation. Our children, our streets are being red with our children's blood.
Yeah. So let's be clear: a march against violence.
Yeah.
It is a march against violence, period.
And the thing is, like, yeah, and even though the theme is like, you know, gun violence.
Well, no, the theme is not gun violence. The theme is a march against violence.
Oh, okay.
So let's just be clear about that.
Okay. Yeah. So speak on that.
So, you know, and to, you know, to shed light on what you're talking about, we have seen, you know, witnessed in the city an alarming rate of violence that has been committed through gun violence at the hands of young people. And you know, it's terrible. You know, Philadelphia, I remember in the 90s, you know, a very similar you know, heightened you know, homicide count, you know, year after year. You know, I would say from like, you know, 90 all the way up until like 98. I mean, I literally pulled up the stats because my son was having a debate because he was like, "No, Dad, it's not like it, you know, it's not like before." And I was like, "Okay, he trying to tell me, bro, I lived through it."
Right.
And yeah, the numbers were pretty high, you know, homicides by gun violence. And so, but we really gotta we really have to put into account that there are layers of issues, layers upon layers of issues. You know, I have definitely some inside understanding of definitely our young people having access to guns is definitely, I mean, anytime you're a 12-year-old, you know, we have a lot of young people out here misguided, you know, suffering from, you know, mental health, misguidance, you know what I'm saying, abuse in their home, mental abuse, emotional abuse, identity crisis. And so on top of that, you know, like the statement is like giving a child a gun. I mean, literally, we have children with guns, you know what I mean? And so, you know, it is a cocktail for destruction. So the violence is outrageous. I mean, you know, and so we lost a lot of people. And so, you know, we're standing up against violence, period, because we know that, like, violence is a manifestation of the mind, okay, first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? violence is a outward, you know what I'm saying, reflection of how people are feeling inside. So, you know what I'm saying? So when we say violence, we're here, you know, as a youth advocate, you know, first and foremost. You know what I mean? A lot of our children are lacking guidance. They're lacking constructive, constructive, you know, activities. And, I sat with, you know, my sons recently, and we talked about future endeavors. The fact that, you know, really like setting out a roadmap from like now in 6 months to a year. I mean, like really, really having these conversations. How many young people are really thinking about their future in that way? So really, you know, been working with an organization. We've been drumming, doing drum circles on a daily basis. And, you know, really having conversations with these young people. And the fact that working constructively with a group of young people, and then bringing those young people out and having them stand against violence is like, wow, they're looking at themselves. Like, these young people are out here organized. These young people are, you know what I'm saying, living their lives, you know, about something. And so these, you know, a lot of times, a lot of people think that like the answer to violence is more cops. That's not the answer. You know what I'm saying? That's not the answer, especially for a lot of young people. Okay. So, yeah. So that's just a little bit. I mean, we can dedicate a whole show. We could dedicate a whole show because there's so many layers of this conversation. But we just want to say that a lot of our people are dealing with mental instability. You know what I'm saying? I just was reading an article. And now, let's be clear. Let's just be clear. There are lingering impacts of quarantining people for extensive long times. Nobody want to have this conversation. Okay. Mm-hmm. So people want to talk about the violence. They want to talk about the gun violence. But let's be clear. You quarantine people, right? You take them out of their social outlets, school. Okay. So yeah, you're getting instructional, academic instruction, but also you're socializing. You're getting, you know what I'm saying, organized socialized activities such as track and field, basketball, lunch. You can sit with your friends and in an environment that's safe, that's we're not getting high. You know what I'm saying? That, you know what I'm saying, you're being monitored, you know, you're being encouraged, you know, in these kind of environments. No, I'm saying, like, yeah, we can say a lot of things about school, but the first and foremost, you know what I'm saying, is that our children need structure. Structure is important. Okay. So when you take all of this away, right? The mind, I mean, it has been studies that have been done, people who have been forced to go into solitary confinement. The brain begins to deteriorate over time. And so this has happened. So the violence, you know, like nobody wants to talk about this. Okay. I've seen this with my own son. Okay. I've seen this, you know, first and foremost, you know, and the inactivity, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's really terrible to have done something like that. And, you know, people haven't still, you know what I mean, come back to a level of normalcy. And so that's why we're so glad to bring back African Independence Day. And so, yeah, you want to add something?
Yeah. This conversation take you back to a statement that was made by oh man, I can't think of Mother Teresa. And she made a statement that she would not, and just your thoughts on this, she would not attend, you know, they asked her to come to an anti-war march. They asked her to come to an anti violence march or anti this, and she was like, she would never attend those type of things because you're still uttering violence, you're still uttering war, you're still uttering these things. She said, I will come to a peace march. because then the utterance is peace. And just in this exchange, violence has been expressed how many times? I mean, so we give an energy to that term. So I said I was going to like talk about it later, but it just moved me to the point to where could we change it into peace march? Can we change it into like peace rally? Can we take in the
Absolutely.
toward
Absolutely.
violence or anti-violence, whatever the case may be? This is a peace march. These are the actions we're going to do to promote more peace, as opposed to, and I think that's what the issue is too, because we're addressing violence. So how do you address violence? You address violence with policing. You address with jail sentence. We address violence with consequences, harsh consequences.
Yes, sir.
If we say we have peace, we want to increase peace in the streets. How do we increase peace in the streets? Do we increase it with more violence?
Nope.
Do we increase it with more policing? Do we increase it with harsh consequences? No, you have your whole outlook. You have to change your whole language. You have to change your whole thought pattern toward how to increase more peace in the street. You know what I'm saying?
So on that note, we are the theme of our Junkanoo is the peace march.
I love it. And I said I was going to talk about it later because it just came to me because he was saying, I just kept hearing violence. And it's just like, ooh, like, and then that quote popped in my head and I was like, let's talk about it now. Like, let's
no. And see, this is how a lot of, when we get together and, as brothers, we share ideas and it's a think tank.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And in this tank, ideas come forward, ideas change. But I think that that's 100% appropriate. I think that it's like, I'm glad that you brought it up. I mean, just in the utterance of peace, there has been a subtle change in me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like,
I
can feel that. So, so we will be changing existing flyer. It ain't nothing. It's just
you dope that stuff too. So are we still doing the March of the Ancestors? Are we still able to bring big pictures of the ancestors to carry? And what's the time of the parade? I mean,
so the parade will be starting at 52nd and Arch Street as it normally does. We will be, gathering participants. So all participants, all are welcome to join. Okay, we're saying we're walking for peace. We're walking for our ancestors. As it has happened, it was always led by the drummers, a drummer or drummers. Okay, and then following that, as the drummers, steer this procession, the walk of the ancestors. We ask everybody who wants to take that walk. So loved ones that you may have lost, who have been lost, those who are true and dear to you, we ask that you wear white in honor of those people who have made transition. We ask you to bring a momentum, a picture, if you could. We had the likes of Mark G, a fine artist right here in Philadelphia. Mark G, if y'all never heard of Mark G, if you ever see those huge poster-like portraits, these portraits was hand sketched by Mark G from a pen. So when you see that Marcus Garvey portrait, life-size Marcus Garvey portrait, and Malcolm X and Harriet Tubman, all right, he sketched this with a pen. I mean, this brother is bad, and he donated each poster to African Independence Day to contribute to, the March of the Ancestors. So we usually get our elders to lead that march, They have come out year after year. And so following that, we will have the RBG contingent. Okay. So those who are, you know what I'm saying, who is repping the red, black, and green, okay? This is the Pan-African, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Pan-African. Let's get it clear. This is by us, for us, okay? So we want to represent our colors. We want to represent our culture. We want to represent our nation as a people. So we say red, black, and green. And we know we are a Pan-African nation. And so an African Independence Day has always, you know what I'm saying, collaborated with various different sectors of our nation, all right? So the Moorish Science Temple have participated with the Junkanoo. We had the Nuwaubian Nation participate in our march. And let's get clear, you know, in the past year, we had literally a Junkanoo. We had the likes of Miss Black Jean, a organization based right here in Philadelphia, who celebrate the royalty of African women. So it's a sort of sorority, if you will, of Black queens representing their beauty, their royalty, and their divinity. And these aren't regular, you know, these sisters are, you know, if you ever get a chance, they're beautiful, they're gorgeous, don't get it twisted. But if you engage any of these sisters got it going on. They run various organizations and businesses. And so these sisters are very progressive in the community. And so they're led by Brother Jeff Weaver and his beautiful wife, who have, you know, really mentored these young ladies over the years. And so Miss Black Jeans has always participated with African Independence Day, and really kind of like driving the theme of the Junkanoo coming with their regalia and costume and beautiful, and a variety of the sisters, just, you know, so and we're still building. This thing is still in its infancy. So I just want to let people know that there's much room for input, much room for a space for you. You know, if you have, like, you had an idea of being a part of something like this, listen, you know, just as we just alter the theme of our Junkanoo for this year, we are always willing to communicate and be creative and open to new suggestions and ideas. You know, because we just had an idea, but other people have, I'm saying, some bright and brilliant input that, we're just waiting. We can't wait to meet you.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, we had the likes of African, and last year, our last parade, we had the brass band join us. I mean, this was amazing. Young brothers. If anybody know the likes of Universal Dance and Drum Ensemble, and that family over in New Jersey, Camden, the Unity Community Center, and they have produced some extraordinary musicians. And so some of these young people have graduated and excelled in their musicianship and are masters at multiple instruments. Most of the people just get to see them play the drums, but some of those drummers are, multi-dimensional in terms of mastering and musicianship. So the brass band, these young brothers came through. This year, we're going to have, like all girls or all women's brass band marching with us this year. So that's going to be super exciting. And so, I'm sharing these ideas because this is a mixture of some things that happened last time that we had our parade. Mind you, this is 2 years. We are all still coming out of pandemic, and we are, getting the wheels turning. But this parade is what you make it, is what we make it, and we're doing this for a cause, not just because. And so, we just wanted to bring a more celebratory energy to African Independence Day. And you know, me and Farugh have been like talking about, you know, some ideas about, you know, we got some vision. So let me just be clear. Let me put y'all on. If you're from Philadelphia, you heard of the likes of the Mummers Parade. Okay, this is over 100-year-old parade. Okay, it's huge. I mean, the parade lasts all day long. Now, I'm from the particular area in where the Mummers organize. I'm from South Philadelphia, and so, you know, down here on 2nd Street, from like 2nd and Washington Avenue all the way down to 2nd and Oregon, you have clubs and organizations, families who represent a particular band. Okay, and it's just really amazing that, you know, to look at the tradition, and you know, but that tradition has been shrouded in racism for all the way up until the last Mummers Parade. Let's, you know, okay, not this year, but the year before that. I believe they still went with the blackface theme this year, you know, but it wasn't as televised. It wasn't all as you know, notarized this year. But they went with this, you know, they always, you know, coon out our people. You know what I'm saying? They go with their whole buffoonery and clowning of black people. You know, they'll paint their face black. And I mean, the mayor of the city called them on a bullshit. Straight up called them, you know, as white as he is, he's seen it for what it was worth, racism.
Right.
And so it's like, okay, if this, you know, if this is their culture and this is what they celebrate, this is all they have to offer, can't we bring something even more extraordinary?
Yeah. We sure can.
Aren't we a creative people?
Yeah.
Aren't we a brilliant people?
Yeah.
And talented and beautiful people? So the idea of the Junkanoo was to do that. It wasn't motivated. It was motivated by just those things I just mentioned: the beauty, the talent, the creativity, and the brilliance. But, you know, I'm definitely inspired when I see these mummers, you know what I'm saying? You know, and you know, can we mention that they literally stole the concept from us? A Junkanoo is the essential foundation from which they drew their parade. All right. You know, New Orleans, Florida, they have their Junkanoo celebrations. The Caribbean, they have their Junkanoo celebrations. All right. This tradition goes way back into Africa. Right. You know, these sort of processions still happen. And so, you know, we're bringing that same cultural tradition here in Philadelphia. And the idea is to bring out the creativity and the beauty, and talent of our people to parade, you know. And so, hey, listen, as long as I'm here, you know, and hopefully if I'm going, we inspire those to come forward to take the torch and to pick up where we left off. So, you know.
Thanks.
Yeah.
They say it was definitely Junkanoo was originated in Bahamas, but this form that we're celebrating, the way that we're doing it, it was a natural cultural festival in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
And celebrated around the Christmas time. They say, if I'm not mistaken, the British law gave the enslaved 3 days to, you know, for the holiday. This is what they're giving. You can work today, but you know, we can celebrate at night. We're gonna work you from sun up to sundown. But on these 3 days, 3 nights, you can celebrate. And our ancestors, brilliance, they created these elaborate outfits out of stuff they found in trash, scraps, and everything else, and they still do it to this day. They take cardboard and things that we're normally for whatever, and they make these elaborate outfits out of it. holding on, still holding on to tradition. Like, they don't buy nothing. They, we in a position now to where we can go out and buy stuff, but just keeping in tradition, they still have it, which is really dope. And I said they used to really like participate in that, to reclaim their humanity by recreating African tradition festival, who aims to be, and they aim toward young people because they wanted to instill this tradition, this is a socializing process to where the children are creating awareness and cultural pride. And so as we grow and as we get more participants, we want to add that to it. We want to add a children portion where the children are actually in their outfits and have the whole children that just rock out with the things they make during the course of the year. And so that's the future of the movement.
Yeah.
For us to create our own outfits and things of that nature. So we're very in the infant stage of it. So you could come in and blow up.
Yo.
It's so young. It's so new.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Because right now, like, for instance, like you mentioning what you just mentioned, and I'm like, yo, listen, me and you, we're going to do a tour.
Mm-hmm.
Me and you, we're going to do a tour. We are going to travel to the Caribbean. First of all, we need to go to New Orleans together.
Right.
And participate in Florida and participate in jungle. We need to go to the Caribbean where those jungle happen. We're going to travel all through South America, and we're going to go to Africa.
I'm with that.
And we're going to we're going to we're going to be doing this.
I mean, it needs to happen.
Yeah.
A white person do a documentary. They didn't do it. They did, but the fact that they did it. Yeah, I mean, we
are going to do it
with the cultural integrity, with the love, passion, and with the exploitation, because there was a lot of exploitation involved.
Yeah, and so and that's I'm very hesitant and because I know how they do research.
Right.
You know what I mean? They do it purposely. They don't really want to to connect the continuity of traditions as it. You know what I'm saying? And they want to relegate us to some sort of slavish,
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Ignorant, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, our people never lost our identity, you know what I'm saying? And the uniqueness of who we are, that just, you know what I'm saying? When you filled with melanin and you filled with the spirit of your ancestors, it's like you never are forsaken. And so, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And ignorance, you know what I'm saying? We are wise because we are being guided by our elders. You know what I'm saying? This is a beautiful, and it is and I hope people, me and Farugh is being transparent. We are in our infancy with this.
Yeah.
And we had many conversations of visions. And I know Farugh did too, and so we're gonna bring this.
We're gonna bring it to share that because we need you. Mm-hmm. We need you. The ancestors are calling on us to bring us back into our glory days,
mm-hmm.
Where the world was humane, where we was the moral standards of the world, where people came to all over the world to Africa or Cuba line, whatever you want to refer to it as, and got knowledge and went back to their countries and civilized their countries, save their people based off the knowledge that they got. I mean, people don't want to talk about it, but people, the Caucasians was living like, if you left at 25, you was considered a genius in as a Caucasian, and it was because they lived and they didn't know about washing. They didn't know keeping your chickens away from your feces, and they was eating raw. They didn't know about cooking. They didn't know nothing about it until they ran to Africans, until the Moors took them, and now they're living 70 years and 80 years based off African knowledge.
Yes, sir.
And so our ancestors, our elders are screaming at us right now to get us to that point to where we become the keepers of our culture.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And so we're striving towards it, though. We're
Yes,
definitely striving to it, and we're definitely better than we was yesterday. And
yeah.
we can and we can rest, but we're not going to rest on the point to where we're not going to keep going. So the first Saturday in August every year, we pay homage to Brother Ahmed Tahir, the founder of this movement, this beautiful majestic movement. And I just wanted to make sure we state that. I wanted to make sure that we purpose of this this movement is to create a space, public platform to where we can freely express all the experiences as Africans worldwide, right?
Yes.
Because every time we, I think Nas said that every time we talk about our pain, they call it first racism. And so we just wanted to create, and even the hurt parts, we want to express that, but we want to express a response, right? We don't want to where we speak in that we speak because we're higher than that. We have a higher call to answer to because we are the mothers and the fathers of this planet. And so with that title, if that responsibility, that kind of responsibility, we are also teachers. So with that in mind, we have to behave in a royal fashion. We just do. And our ancestors knew that. And this is why they wasn't scared or afraid to die, because they knew that we're spiritual beings having experience. And our human bodies are designed to manifest spiritual missions. And so even if we don't manifest that spiritual mission, we're coming back again and again, and that spiritual mission is fulfilled. So with that overstanding, I'm not afraid of death. With that overstanding,
that's right.
I can stand with integrity. With that overstanding, I can't be bored. And so we're gonna do what that to bring about the liberation of our people. And you will see this space over and over and over and over again until our people are free. And so that's the main that's the message that I really want to make sure that put in the midst of everything we're talking about, to honor his memory and his legacy and to continue his work, because I so appreciate it. I would not be the if it wasn't for his country, if it wasn't for like Africa. Yeah, I just want to make sure I state that.
Yep. So Ashe, I'm glad that you did that, brother. And in doing this, we make sure that he is brought, in this space every time.
Yeah.
Because and that's the beauty of the work that you do. When you live beyond yourself, you live for a cause that is greater than you. Your legacy continues to propel.
Yes.
Propel.
Yes.
Propel. And so that's what it's about. That's what it really is about. And I must say that it's been such a I think I started off saying that like we have been learning the whole way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? In business, you know what I'm saying? How we've been kind of like galvanizing resources
mm-hmm.
to make this happen, and how we have been interacting with that community in terms of business and learning how we generate the funds to make this happen. And so we're still learning in this process. We're becoming better, what I'm saying, at this, and just really being open to it's really important to be open to new ideas. Sharpening our ways of how we do things. And so, you're going to be seeing things a little bit different, what I'm saying, each year, what I'm saying. And so we got so much to offer, and we got so much to give, and we're here to receive as well.
Yeah, I always like to state that I'm grateful for our community to do this, and holding us accountable when we fall short. Because when we accountable, we could choose to do two things: we can either quit, or we could choose to step.
Yep.
I'm a better man because of being held accountable and me making a step up. And again, not only are they trusting us with resource and identity, I mean, like, that's the most invaluable asset. I mean, they are
I'm telling you,
with the identity and our culture. The resources are great. The resources are great, but when they say to us and say, "Y'all do a good job, y'all," and y'all giving us the nod, okay, to keep pushing, that means everything to me, bro. Like my heart is like racing now just thinking about that.
Yeah.
I mean, for them to say, "Okay, here's the baton.
Yeah.
Go forth." That's huge, bro. I mean, like, because you're talking about their life work, bro.
Mm-hmm.
The baton is their life work, and they us to say you want to build on this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's many people they gave that to, bro. I mean, like, there's a lot of people out there are scholars that are in the limelight that are doing some great things. But for our elders to say, okay, yeah, they great. They doing some good stuff. Here. Take my life work and build on it.
Yes.
Huge, man. Like, I mean, like, for Mama Costa would say, y'all did good. Here you go. This is how you build. Keep going. Mama Maisha, she just Baba Zumbi put me to the side. Was like, all right, I'm going to Africa, bro. You got this. With the drumming celebration, I'm like, scared, but in the same token, I don't know if it's scared or anxiety. I mean, it's like
it's a huge charge.
Yeah, there's some big
charge.
Big shoes to fill, bro.
Yeah.
For him to have the confidence and say, "Hey, here you go. I'm out of here." It's
man. And it's deep, and it just makes me think about those coming after us.
Mm-hmm.
So this weekend, there was two events, unfortunate events that happened. One, the event that happened, Ross Ben had lost his, Ross Ben is, those who don't know who Ross Ben is, he's been really important in terms of, scholarship, researcher, cultural keeper of the culture.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Scientist and priest, if you will. Wrote the book Stones of the Ages, Rocks of the Ages. I mean, he wrote several books. I mean, what is it called? Philadelphia Mound. He also wrote a sort of just was reading it. I can't think of the title. You know, forgive me. I'm gonna have to go in my bag and grab the title of the book. But it was an analysis of the work of the book by that was written. I don't know why this term is just there's just so much that's coming. It'll come to me anyway. It was based off the Dogon, and that you know, the work that was put out by the Europeans. He did an analysis. He did a work based off of that, giving us his analysis. It's nothing like us understanding us, you know, and you know, I mean, just the fact that he just took the leadership to do that. If anybody even began to start, you know, reading that the original work by the Europeans who, you know, published that book, you know that it's like, you know, it's like, okay, very scientific, very, you know what I'm saying, complex, and you know, we have a way in which we communicate and understand things that is very fluent and simplistic. And so, not to say that, you know, Ross Ben, you know, took a step down, but he speaks the, you know, he speaks in the spirit of our people. But, you know, to say that he lost a son, his oldest son, you know, and the community has mourned, you know, that loss for him and with him. And also another young man to speak about the young people coming after a young brother by the name of Nas.
Yeah.
And you know, and by the way, Ross Ben's son name is Messiah, who made transition. And a young brother by the name of Nas, he had lost his life, unfortunate, tragic event. And you know, I found myself surrounded by, you know, this group of younger cultural recipients, you know, those who are, you know, I mean, have received the culture and it is expressing the culture, you know, but it's important to really kind of like be around them, you know what I'm saying, and support them, because we, you know, that's going to be the next, you know what I'm saying, group to take on what it is that Mama Kosawa, you know what I mean, passed on. Lightfoot Bay passed on to us. The elder Ross Ben, you know, and you know, all of those who came and you know, ignited us, we'll ignite them in that same way. And so, you know, we'll just keep this thing going, you know, just keep it going.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up, bro. Because when I saw, I didn't even know. We basically raised that, bro. You know what I mean? Like that young man. Wow. Wow. As he was, wow. We were doing this thing, World Cafe Live, spoken word event, and he, he's a huge contributor.
Yeah.
To it. And we built many late nights after the show.
Wow.
And yeah. Father, welcome to father. We welcome to fatherhood together. You know what I mean? It was just he was so excited to become a and
Yep. So
I was silent. I was like, we're not supposed to see them. You know what I'm saying? Like he's supposed to see us go in order. I mean, it's like we don't have time waits. We don't have a soldier to wait, and we can't. We really got to do this work. now, like right now.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
grab the soldiers, grab the warriors, motivate them, nurture them,
Yeah. Yeah.
get them prepared for what they're gonna be into the rest of their lives. And wow.
Yep. Yep.
Wow. So I mean, like, I think our target group are, I like to say, and I don't know how accurate this is, but I like to say that we are especially designed Africans in recovery.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
And because you never not an African, whether you acknowledge it or not, you are.
Come on, say it again.
You know, it's our, no matter where you come from. If you are Black, you're African.
That's it.
And that song, just that phrase alone changed my life. We want to be Indian. We want to be Jamaican. We want to be whatever. We don't. Nobody wants to be African. And I like that. I don't know where it came from, but I always say that. What is African independence Day? Who is the target? And blah blah blah, whatever. And I just told him, I was like, we are especially designed for the recovery.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
So next year, I'm definitely going to be pushing for volunteer training. I'm going through that's now to where I'm actually wants to be facilitating volunteer workshops to where we can galvanize the volunteers, provide the education, provide resources and things that need to where volunteers will get a lot more out of the volunteering when they do volunteer.
Yes, yes.
And so I'm embarking on that, and so next year will be rolling. So that one of the parts that I really taking on hard full time next year, because it's important. It's extremely important that our volunteers not just serve, not just empower us, but they can empower. And if we can empower them with resources, empower them with education, I think that'd be pretty good.
That's always good. That's always good.
Well, you know, some fiat, that's always good as well. So
that's important too.
That's important too. So with this endeavor taking on now, able to get tied into some funding to where the finances won't be coming out our pool, which leave us more resources, more funding towards educating the children, providing resources for the children to do the junkanoo and make their own instruments and to make their own outfits and things like that. So more money be allocated toward that, and we don't have to pull from that to provide funding to our volunteers. So that's dope.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. So
yeah. So yeah. This is great. This is that's basically what we to cover. We got more show before the actual event, and hopefully by the time we have things confirmed for as artists and vendors, and we can kind of get y'all excited about, you know, who is participating. From my point, I have Joe Austin, who's confirmed he will be participating in the program. I have Bilal Khamou, the Day Rally Committee, who's always Channel 6, and he's really on the gun violence and things like that. who also, I mean, he's confirmed he can march in the parade. I mean, march in the Junkanoo. And they're heavy hitters. So with them comes with, I'm sorry, and Joe Austin at the university. With that, we're usually coming coverage. So that's going to be a plus.
Yeah, man. So I look forward. I can't wait.
It's going to be dope. It's going to be dope. So yeah, so you so closing. We coming to the end of the show. Any last words, closing remarks?
Yeah. So to get in contact with our event and the organizing committee, you can contact us through African Independence Day, Africa spelled AFRAKAN, Independence Day, one word, Africa, AFRAKAN, Independence Day @gmail.com, African Independence Day.org. Check out the website. We have, you can just enjoy, how we got an online store on there. So check out the website. You can also get in contact with us at 267-331-3115. Okay. And you'll contact any one of the African Independence Day members. We'll engage you about if you want to set up shop at African Independence Day, you can do so. We'll talk to you about that because we're definitely looking for people. This is a community effort. This is how we generate funds to make this happen. So participants, performers, we're looking for them all. We have 2 weeks before this event happens, and we know we've been down this route before. So more people will be hearing about it. We will be flooding the internet with our flyers, and we look forward to seeing you.
Yeah, that's great closing. My closing remark would be, African Independence Day is near and dear, because this is the opportunity where we celebrate and recognize the principles of Ma'at, which ancient concept highlighting the importance of truth, justice, balance, order, righteousness, and generosity in our daily lives and in our community. And it's a movement and a unity for all Africans.
Yep.
And so, again, thank you for joining us. Global movement to discovery and empowerment, which equals true liberation and freedom. If you have any show topics, ideas, or resources to assist us on the mission, please hit up Brother Khamou as they organize a committee. Farugh 19 at yahoo.com, and I will pass that on to the brothers as we continue to work in the stretch of African, the big event. If you found value in the presentation, please give to support, no matter the amount, all tax deductible. You can hit the information. Thank you all for thank you all supporters, our sponsors again, Urban Shamans Productions, Wednesday Organizing Committee, and of course yours truly, BMa'at. Thank you for all your support. We are solely funded generosity and your contributions. Again, you can go to Cash App, $BMa'at Inc. If you like programming, there's tons of information and other programs like this on this platform, and they also can use your support. Cash App, Knowledge Born Allah, $ Knowledge Born Allah. And he's doing the 30 what's that
3 for 3.
Thank you. The 3 for 3 campaign that he's doing. Please shout out, support that. You can go on my Facebook page. I will have a link on there. I will have it sometime tonight or even tomorrow, to where you can contribute to that as well. Thank you, and again, thank you in advance. Thank you again in advance. And remember our slogan: "Be Ma'at, become a master of life." We'll see you next week, Monday, 7 p.m. for the final show for the big event. Peace and infinite blessings, family. See you next month.
Peace.
Peace.